Alright guys, I think I set this up properly. I'm hoping it goes off without a hitch. Shit, this thing is 9 minutes and 19 seconds? Shit. This song is gonna be that long? What up YouTube? My name is Riz Ill and I'd like to welcome you back to my channel. Today I'm gonna be reacting to REN, High REN, and I don't know what genre this is. Let me try and look at the description over here. Maybe they'll give a genre. High REN, out now, blah blah blah, music video, song written, directed by, raising money for, I don't know what genre this is. I'm gonna have to Google it afterwards, because I can't afford to fuck up the setup right now. But yeah, I'm gonna be reacting to REN, High REN. It was a suggestion from one of you viewers a long time ago. Not a long time ago, but I think in my second last country reaction. And I'm just gonna see what it's about. So it's quite a long video, and I wanted to do a short reaction, or a long song, more specifically. And I wanted to do a short reaction, but without further ado, let's just get to it and see what it's about.
Hi there, Ran. It's been a little while. Did you miss me? You thought you buried me, didn't you? Risky. Cause I always come back. Deep down you know that. Deep down you know I'm always in periphery. Ran, are you pleased to see me? It's been weeks since we spoke. No, I know you need me. You're the sheep, I'm the shepherd. Not your place to lead me. Not your place to be biting off the hand that feeds me. Hi, Ran. I've been taking some time to be distant. I've been taking some time to be still. I've been taking some time to be by myself since my therapist told me I'm ill. And I've been making some progress lately, and I've learned some new coping skills. So I haven't really needed you much, man. I think we need to just step back and chill. Ren, you sound more insane than I do. You think that those doctors are really there to guide you? Been through this a million times. Your civilian mind is so perfect, you're always being lied to. Okay, take another pill, boy. Drown yourself in the sound of white noise. Follow this 10-step program, rejoice. All your problems will be gone. Fucking dumb boy. Nah, mate, this time is different, man. Trust me. I feel like things might be falling in place. And my music's been kinda doing bits too. Like I actually might do something great. And when I'm gone, maybe I'll be remembered for doing something special with myself. That's why you don't think that we should talk, man. Cause when you're with me, it never seems to help. You think that you can amputate me? I am you, you are me, you are I am we are one. Split in two, that makes one. So you see, you gotta kill you if you wanna kill me. I'm not left over dinner, I'm not scraps on the side. Oh, your music is thriving, delusional guy. Where's your top 10 hit? Where's your interview with Oprah? Wow, your Grammys, Ren. Nowhere. Yeah, but my music's not commercial like that. I never chase numbers, statistics or stats. I never write hooks for the radio, they never even play me, so why would I concern myself with that? But my music is really connected, and the people who find it respect it. And for me that's enough, cause this life's been tough, so it gives me a purpose I can rest in. Man, you sound so pretentious. Ren, your music is so self-centered. No one wants to hear another song about how much you hate yourself. Trust me. You should be so lucky, having me inside you to guide you, remind you to manage expectations, provide you perspective that they need neglected. I get it, you wanna be a big deal, next Jimi Hendrix, forget it. Man, it's not like that, man, it's just like that. I'm inside you, you twat. No, it's not, man, you're wrong. When I write, I belong. Let me break the fourth wall by acknowledging this song. Ren sits down, has a stroke of genius. He wants to write a song that was not done previous. A battle with the subconscious, Eminem did it. Played on guitar, Plan B did it. Man, you're not original, you criminal rip-off artist. The pinnacle of your success is stealing other people's material. Ren, mate, we've heard it all before. She sells seashells on the seashore. Fuck you, I don't need you, I don't need to hear this. Cause I'm fine by myself, I'm a genius. And I will be great, and I will make waves, and I'll shake up the whole world beneath it. That's right, speak your truth, your fucking god complex leaks out of you. It's refreshing to ask for you, say it instead of downplay it. Music is all about the creative process, and if people can find something to relate to within that, then that's just a bonus. Fuck you, I'ma fucking kill you, Ren. I'ma fucking kill me, Dan, let's fucking have you, Ren. I'ma do it, watch me prove it. Who are you to down my music? Cause I call the shots, I choose you. Die. Yeah, I call the shots, and so I choose who survives. I'll tie you up in knots when I lock you inside. Newsflash. I was created at the dawn of creation. I am temptation. I am the snake in Eden. I am the reason for treason, beheading all kings. I am sin, with no rhyme or reason. Son of the morning, Lucifer, Antichrist, father of lies. Mephistopheles, truth in a blender, deceitful pretender, the banished avenger, the righteous surrender when standing in front of my solar eclipse. My name is stitched to your lips, so you see, I won't bow to the will of a mortal, feeble and normal. You wanna kill me? I'm eternal immortal. I live in every decision that catalyzes chaos, that causes division. I live inside death, the beginning of end. I am you, you are me, I am you, Ren. Hi, Ren. I've been taking some time to be distant. I've been taking some time to be still. I've been taking some time to be by myself, and I've spent half my life ill. But just as sure as the tide starts turning, just as sure as the night has dawned, just as sure as the rainfall soon runs dry when you stand in an eye of a storm. I was made to be tested and twisted. I was made to be broken and beat. I was made by his hand, it's a part of his plan that I stand on my own 2 feet. And you know me, my will is eternal. And you know me, you've met me before. Face to face with a beast, I will rise from the east and I'll settle on the ocean floor. And I go by many names also. Some people know me as hope. Some people know me as the voice that you hear when you loosen the noose on the rope. And you know how I know that I'll prosper? Cause I stand here beside you today. I have stood in the flames that cremated my brain, and I didn't once flinch or shake. So cower of the man I've become, when I sing from the top of my lungs, that I won't retire, I'll stand in your fire, inspired by me to be strong. And when I am gone I will rise, in the music that I left behind. Ferocious, persistent, immortal like you, we're a climate in different side. When I was 17 years old, I shouted out into an empty room, into a blank canvas that I would defeat the forces of evil. And for the next 10 years of my life, I suffered the consequences, with autoimmunity, illness, and psychosis. As I got older, I realized there were no real winners and there were no real losers in psychological warfare, but there were victims and there were students. It wasn't David versus Goliath. It was a pendulum, eternally swaying from the dark to the light. And the more intensely that the light shone, the darker the shadow it cast. It was never really a battle for me to win. It was an eternal dance. And like a dance, the more rigid I became, the harder it got. The more I cursed my clumsy footsteps, the more I struggled. So I got older, and I learned to relax. And I learned to soften, and that dance got easier. It is this eternal dance that separates human beings from angels, from demons, from gods. And I must not forget, we must not forget, that we are human beings.
A conflict of emotions hit me in the beginning as I watched this. I feel like I've just discovered another Oliver Anthony, you know, alternative artists that are willing to take their talents and are willing to do more than just box themselves into what the industry wants and are willing to take the risks that back in the day artists were willing to take. The conflicts of emotions went from shock and surprise and like what's going on here to I'm starting to understand, especially as an artist, what this is. Because I haven't just viewed it as a viewer, as someone who just does reaction videos or whatever. I'm viewing it as an artist who also struggles with, especially the things that some of it, like he was depicting what his inner voice was saying. I know a lot of people have it in their own different ways with their own different parts of their lives, but in terms of that, it's like a mirror because I have the same voice or voices in my head in terms of my path as an artist, like making music. And I think it's also a shame in terms of like the thing where he was talking about like uh where's your big interview with Oprah, where your like accolades and endorsements and all of that, and him saying, you know what, I will change the world, and I will make something of myself that's of that level. But it's crazy because artists can't be on that level anymore nowadays. I don't know when the pendulum will swing back. I've had this conversation with other artists, friends of mine, in terms of the decrease of quality in music and the current state we're in and the current like things we have to do and the current way we have to write music and produce music, etc., in order to make our way in this time that we currently live in. I'm also talented, but I find myself using my skills in terms of even like you see like him, he didn't even do a hook. His verse wasn't just like one thing or like one set with a few bumps here and there and a few, tricks here and there that I can say I do, but it had a whole lot of content and quality. And back in the day, that was the risk not only the artists but the record labels were willing to take, even though the record labels were fighting to do what they do now. They were fighting so hard to do what they do now, which is to simplify the process and figure out an algorithm to get money constantly and decrease the cost, like the cost ratio to the profit ratio, because they were spending a whole lot of money on artists like us and hoping one of us would end up being a Bob Dylan, one of us would end up being a Michael Jackson or a Janis Joplin or whatever. There was a bunch of artists in rotation, for those who don't know like the music industry like that back in the day, that they could just find you out of nowhere, or whoever could find you. It's not just the big labels, and then they just put you through the process, they put you through the rotation, etc., etc. They take that risk because that's all they could do at that time. But now literally labels have rounded it down to who has the most views, the most hype around them, the most like ridiculous shit happening to them, like around them. That's why you see some streamers like, uh, not to insult the man. I just I don't really get what he does. I think it's ridiculous, and I'm not that entertained. But I wish him nothing but the best and positivity. But streamers like I Show Speed, like I don't get why there's so much hype around that shit. But that's how labels and even like movie companies have simplified the game. Actually, I think movies is a little bit harder than that, but I don't really know. But in terms of music, I know that's how they've simplified the game. That's why you see artists that are not really that talented or not really that known. They're put in the forefront and they're just shoved into the limelight constantly. All of us just shoved into the limelight in order to make as much money out of us as possible and then throw us in the trash. And only the quality ones survive, or the ones that are able to keep the viewers and the fans brain dead and dumbfounded and like constantly entertained and pacified like sheep instead of actually listening to quality. We don't talk about important things like this viral thing of like Jaden Smith going viral talking about, I wish we could talk about the economic and political states of the world right now and shit like that, and people are honestly looking at him like, what is this fucking rich kid talking about, bro? Like, we are actually the ones at the bottom going through shit, and the depression you've gone to has through has basically been from your ivory tower basically. But there is merit to what people like that say, like in like what they're saying in terms of like, we don't really care about shit that actually matters. We too busy being entertained and worrying about bullshit. I started a series that I'm hoping still picks up. I'm about to go do a little short interview with my friend. We're gonna discuss it. He's a Muslim. It's about the Israel and Palestinian war that's going on right now, the conflict, and we're gonna try to have discussions and break it down and see whether we can start conversations about stuff like this. And like, people don't care about shit like that. People care about some actress getting pregnant by a guy that they don't like or whatever, or like, I don't know, someone talking about their vagina or something. People care about going viral, doing stupid shit. And I'm even talking about myself, then they actually care about shit that actually matters and shit that can actually like open people's minds and get us to a certain level of thinking and evolution in terms of our generation and what we can leave behind. Past generations, I don't know whether they call the baby boomers or Generation X and all of that, the shit that they left for us, man, the fucking legacy, the fucking innovation. Can we say that we've honestly done the same by the end of our generation, or will we just say our generation was a vibe? Because there's a whole lot of vibes that come from the past generation, but there's also a whole lot of quality, a whole lot of pain, a whole lot of suffering, a whole lot of conversation that has happened. Us, honestly speaking, if I look back at like high school, at like college, it's only in between I found like music or shit or like and shit and like art and like different conversations that actually mattered, and most of them were had within my brain, within myself, and whatever friend I could find that actually gave a fuck, and that's literally only maybe two friends, maybe three, two maybe, three a week maybe. The rest of the conversations I had in my head, and I feel like I can't have it with anyone because no one fucking cares. People are too busy obsessed with their lives, obsessed with obsessed with all this shit, bro. And it's like, what are how what are we honestly gonna say when our kids have grown up and it's their time and it's their generation's time to take the reins? Like, are we just gonna look back at our day and say, oh, back in our day, we were a vibe? Not back in our day, we stopped picking on homosexuals. Not back in our day, we figured our shit out in terms of wrongdoing, in terms of corruption, in terms of human rights violations, in terms of people not talking to each other and actually talking to each other in order to stop conflicts that happens amongst people actually admitting that they did something wrong instead of sweeping it under the rug and no one caring after that. Like, not only sweeping it under the rug and no one caring afterwards, but further adding like oil into the fire, like gas into the flame, and just doing worse shit, you know. This is what should be taking center stage. Music like this, music that pushes conversations, that music that makes us actually think, not think in a pretentious way like, oh, I'm so smart and like you guys are stupid. What books do you read? But actually think and find shit that you actually care about and like, and push the conversation, push the narrative, push everything forward in terms of the evolution of our minds as a youth and as a generation of actual fucking quality. I don't know who sees this, but I pray you understand what I have said. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the post notifications, check out my other videos, and you guys have a wonderful day.
Say, what is the precipice to taking precedence, then taking residence in the midst of fetishes, down in bottles of medicine, trying to coddle the devil and diving into the skeletons, judging my melanin, thinking I'm after Benjamins, always loving the sentiment. You and I are a deficit higher than your whole regiment. Can't even tell if you genuine. You're a study, a specimen, but my music's my sedative, my peace of mind, my war in times.